I keep giving bad people good ideas.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video, we are going to be talking about Far Far West and doing another little game review type of video. And I've been doing quite a bit of those recently. And I don't know, I got a lot of games I want to talk about. A good one that I kind of went and done recently with my Killing Floor series. If you want to check that out, I went over each game individually and then did a final video kind of comparing all three. It's kind of common sense which one's the best if you do play that series, but it is a kind of interesting because each game kind of has its weaknesses and its benefits, and throughout the series, it's kind of interesting because you can see in those videos. I'm not gonna go indulge in this video, but Killing Floor 3 is in a interesting predicament where the game's kind of like failing, but kind of not, and they're just these little things they gotta work on, and again, in my review, you could kind of see why I'm kind of talking about that, and it's kind of interesting, kind of the stuff I talk about in that. So if you guys are fans of Killing Floor and kind of fans of that kind of stuff, go check out that, go check out those videos. And then again, those videos actually popped off. I think my final little video, no, my Killing Floor 3 review video got like 1K on it. So again, thank you guys for that. Yeah, my Killing Floor 3 video got 1K, my Killing Floor 2 video got 600, and my Killing Floor 1 video got 500. And then my final like kind of comparison video of all of them got again 250. So again, fucking killed it on that little series. So again, thank you for everyone that kind of subscribed recently and kind of supported that little series. Again, we're at 372 subscribers, so if you're new to the channel, I'd appreciate a lot if you subscribed. I'm trying to hit obviously 400, but let's jump into today's fucking video and quit fucking rambling about some bullshit. But pretty much Far Far West is an interesting game. Again, it's only on PC right now. I could see this game potentially hitting console. I'm not gonna say, oh, it's gonna be on console, it's gonna do this, because again, the developers could be like, ah, fuck console, or fuck, you know, the console publishing, and not want to deal with that and just mainly stick it to being only a PC game. But I could easily see, because a lot of development teams, you know, will want their games on console, because again, in reality, majority of people do play consoles. Again, I would say, at least when it comes to gaming, the more popular, the more, the word's on, like, the tip of my tongue, but the main market, the main, like, global kind of consumer part of gaming is on console. Like, you know, the motherfucker that, you know, plays games every few months will buy a console. The guy that's buying a console for his kid to play some games, you know, they're gonna buy a console and not buy a full-blown PC for their kid. So again, it's more like general consumer, you know, type of shit. As like PC is a little bit more niche. Again, over the years, it's gotten more popular, especially with all these like, you know, marketplaces for games kind of being dog shit compared to Steam, and people are realizing, oh, Steam, they have sales. Oh, they make it where you can play free online. Oh, they have last gen, next gen, and all, like, you know, they basically have it all on one marketplace. And also, if you don't know, Steam even goes to actual market and will have software. So again, if you're trying to find music software, recording software, like audio recording software, editing software, you could get that on Steam, and they do run sales. Like, again, I got Sony Vegas and an audio recording software for $17, which is normally like $120 or some shit. Steam was like, here you go, it's the Steam summer sale, go have at it. You know, they'll fucking actually hook it up with people. And again, not going on that tangent, again, I could see it again going to console for the one reason that it's just more of a general consumer market. And again, if they want their game to get out there more and kind of become more of a, I would say, household name with quotation marks, because again, I don't really, it's kind of a loose thing when you're like, oh, this game's a household name, because again, a lot of games can be, and some games are household names, and it doesn't generally mean the game's a good game, because again, those household names for games, and the games are total dog shit. So Again, like I said, if they want to kind of expand the game, I could see them kind of porting it to console. But at least right now, it's only on PC, and it's in early access. And I would say so far for an early access game, I wouldn't be like, oh, it feels like a complete final game. But for an early access game, it feels really good. Again, there are some points where it does stutter a little bit. I did have that issue, but it wasn't bad. Actually, even like comparing it to a game like Killing Floor 3, it really, it's very, 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 very minor. And I usually think it's more just kind of happens with anything sometimes, or any game, or your PC just try and load something in the background and you just stutter for a second. I don't generally, I don't know, I haven't really ran into too many stuttering issues with this game. I maybe stuttered once, but again, like, it could have just been my PC trying to load something in the background. Again, Far Far West is normally $20. It is on sale right now during the Steam summer sale. You could save like $2. But, for a $20 game, I would say it's pretty fucking solid. Again, I could definitely see this game, going to $40 once they release the full game. And, that's also the other thing. When they release the full game, could it get released to console? And I could see this easily being released to console for just the main reasons of getting the game's name out there more. And that the game is one of those games where it feels universal, where it could be played on PC and played on console and played with a controller and not feel awkward or not feel shitty. And I feel like Far Far West could be one of those games that does benefit a lot from being released on console and going the extra step and having cross-play. Sorry, I just need a drink, and low-key, I'm just rambling so much, I feel like I'm gonna just, like, fucking fall down and die. I just need a breath. But, yeah, no, again, with Far Far West, I feel like it is easily one of those games where it could be ported to console easily, or because of, I would say, like, take it for example, Counter-Strike 2 would be very hard to port to console because it's a very aim-sensitive game. The recoil is very sensitive, movement's very sensitive, coding's very sensitive. As this game, those things do take into account, but I feel like it's more like one of those shooter games where it's, again, kind of not so complex or so, like, I don't know what the word is, so, like, made in a certain way that if they change one thing, it fucks it all up. That pretty much, I feel like, if they do it correctly, they could make a console version, and I feel like it could benefit the game a lot, and I feel like that is in the back of their minds, and I do feel like if they did make it crossplay, like most games nowadays will do if they have a PC and console version, that the game will benefit a lot from that. And again, I know that's probably very, 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 very far down the pipeline, as this game's still in early access, and they have a lot of other things probably to worry about right now. But again, in a year or two, if they do that, hey, I fucking said it. But yeah, no, it's actually kind of crazy, but they're a very small development team of like just 8 people. And for a game that, has a development team of that size, this is pretty much fucking peak. This is really, really fucking good. And I know I kind of didn't really go ramble into too much of like, this and that, but pretty much from the gameplay, you could see it does play very similar to games like, I would say, maybe like Borderlands or Doom, or, I would say other little boomer shooters or stuff like that. But with it makes it its own game in a sense. Like, again, it could feel like Borderlands, but it's not like the shoot and loot, pick up guns and stuff like Borderlands. But it does have the element of that a little bit. When you do kill bosses or certain enemies, they do drop Joker cards that do give you power-ups and stuff. And sort of, like, after you prestige, I think there's like 15 prestiges and max level's like 100. After you prestige and stuff, you could get certain perks or like Joker cards unlocked on your character forever. So whenever you launch into a match, you always have it. Which again, there's a lot of, I would say, good things about this game. The game looks good, the game feels good, the game plays well. I don't feel like the game's lacking content as like a game like Killing Floor 3. I feel like if you like the game, you're gonna hit the ceiling of unlocking stuff or of replayability pretty quickly until they add more content. As as with Far Far West, I feel like ranking up 100 times through 15 prestiges and ranking up your guns and prestiging your guns, and also those like little spells you can get and stuff, and rank those up. And the spells aren't too OP and they're not too crazy. They're just kind of like more, instead of having grenades and stuff, that's kind of what replaces those. And it's a very interesting game, and it's very unique, I would say, because I would say in the sense of why I like this game so much, it does bring back sort of memories of like games like Borderlands or Doom or other shooters that I played, where I'm like, oh, this is kind of like this boss fight kind of makes me feel like I'm fighting a Borderlands boss, but it has its own twist, and it's not like a straight rip-off, or it's not like, oh, I played this before, oh, this feels like so similar to this. It almost kind of is like, reminds you of something, but again, like I said, puts its own twist into it. And I feel like it's definitely a good game worth checking out, especially for $20. It's a good game to play alone. That's what I really like about it. You can play this game alone or play it with randoms and still have a good time. But I feel like majority of the enjoyment you're gonna get is playing with friends. And I wouldn't even count this game as a friend slop game. It's just a good game to play with your friend or friends, and shit. And there's no slop here. It's pretty fucking robust. The gameplay is good. The enemies are unique. The graphics look good because, again, it has that like cartoony element that Borderlands has, but then again doesn't look too cartoony or too like, I don't know, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look too like, okay, like this is like pixelated, I would say. It still has a kind of that realism but cartoony feel like Borderlands does. And yeah, no, I definitely feel like it's definitely a great game. We'll check it out. And again, you could wait till it releases fully. But again, I do kind of like PC, and I do like playing early access games. Definitely if they're good games, because again, you can see the little roadmap and see the game kind of evolve. And when the game fully releases, it's kind of cool to see the whole, like, change of over time of the game and shit. But again, if you have a PC, I would say this game is definitely worth checking out. And before we wrap up today's video, let's check out the specs. And honestly, for this game, you could probably run it on a decent laptop. I wouldn't say like, oh, your office laptop that you fucking do. Like, I wouldn't say this game can run on a Chromebook. But if you have a decent little gaming laptop or a decent little laptop or a decent little gaming rig, you could easily run this game, or it could be easily ran on most systems, because minimum you need Windows 10 and a Intel Core i5 7600K or a AMD Ryzen 5600. Again, when it comes to these little processors and CPUs, I don't know every nitty-gritty thing, but I know an i5 to an i7, it's a bit cheaper, a bit easier, and a little bit weaker, or whatever the fuck, And then you need only 8 gigabytes of RAM, and an NVIDIA GTX 1660 or a AMD Radeon RX 590. Honestly, these are pretty last gen requirements. And again, 10 gigabytes of space, recommended SSD. But again, you could have last gen specs, and as long as you have an SSD, you're pretty much chilling. Again, to run it on recommended, it's about the same, but again, a 600KF instead of the 7600K or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm trying to say. And 16 gigabytes of RAM instead of the 8. Again, just a little double what the minimum is. And again, it doesn't take that crazy specs to run this game, as you can see, and as I kind of explained fucking system requirements in a very, very shitty way. But again, you could probably run this on like a little laptop, gaming laptop, if that's a little bit of an older laptop, or gaming laptop, you know, a little decent in the middle laptop, or you have like a, you know, an older system, or again, you have a newer system. This is gonna run like butter then. But again, you have those older systems or those more limited systems, this could run perfectly on those, or at least decently. And again, guys, I would definitely say it's worth checking this game out, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me just fucking rambling. But yeah, besides that, if you guys have played this game and checked it out, comment down below what you guys think about the game. And besides that, I'll see you guys all in the next video. Like I said, go check out this game, go show it some love, and yeah, I'll see you guys all in the next one. And also subscribe, turn on notifications, like the video, and yeah, bye guys.